Yo, what's going on?
The Back Pew.
We got so much to talk about this week.
You know,
We can unpack like these conversations. You can see a pedicure.
You would do.
Depends on his feet.
That could be my own street.
what's up? What's up, Tam? We in person. We not back conversations. What's going on? This
The Tim and Tam Talks. He be doing this stuff on purpose. You here? Go ahead and click that follow, subscribe button. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We everywhere.
Yo, we everywhere. Like literally, we everywhere. Yo, welcome back to the Back Pew Podcast, baby. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tim and Tam Talks, the Back Pew. I'm your co-host, Tim.
And I'm your co-host, Tam. What's up, Tim? How are you? Welcome back.
Welcome back, sis. How you doing?
Listen, I'm excited. I'm very excited to be here to get into some of these topics. We got so much to catch up on.
We do. It has definitely been a great, it's been a great break, but I've definitely missed you, sis. I've definitely missed being on Tuesday nights, and we have missed you guys. So welcome back to another great episode of the Back Pew. We are super excited to have you. And so I will let Tam kind of finish this off, but definitely please like, share, and follow us on all social media outlets. Let's go.
Like, hey, girl, hey. If you guys are just tuning in, go ahead and speak to us, talk back to us so we can get into some of these topics. Y'all know it's going to be a little bit crazy, hopefully not too crazy. But let's get into it, Tim. You want to start with the first topic? Looks like the first topic today is the Uber scam that actually ended deadly. Did you hear about this situation at all?
I did, and it's extremely a tragedy. It's sad. And so a little bit with what I've heard is that we had a Caucasian man, an 81-year-old Caucasian man, shot and killed a woman that was in his car. And he killed this African-American woman, and they were tied to some type of Uber scam, a phone scam that turned deadly. So Tam, talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah, so 61-year-old Lalitha Hall was pronounced dead today. Now, we have a little bit of this video of what happened. Now, Brock, who's the gentleman to the left, he thought that she was actually a phone scammer. Now, according to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Brock had gotten a call from a scammer prior to her showing up at his home. Now, Mr. Brock received some scam calls by a person reporting to wanting to get some money from him. And it looks like that said person actually reached out to Uber to have this lady unknowingly show up to his home. And that's when tragedy actually struck. So he shot her 3 times. He said he shot her in the leg, shot her in the shoulder, and then he also shot her, and that ended her life. Unfortunately, this incident is altogether crazy. He was arrested, but now he's currently out on bond. But he was indicted on 3 counts of murder.
It's such a tragedy. It is just tragedy that this woman got caught up in this situation and the man got caught up in this mess, but it just seemed like he was ready to use those dusty bullets of his any chance he got when he saw someone black rolling up on his property. And so I think he was trying to use this as an excuse. That's just my personal opinion. And so it's just really unfortunate that this family has to now bury a mother, a grandmother, an auntie, a friend, someone who was close in their community, probably served in their community. And now you have to bury this black woman. And so it's a very sad, tragic day today. And I just pray for their family involved. And as far as the gentleman that is now out on bond, I just pray that justice is served correctly.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I'm going to put this video on one more time, guys. He said that he thought that she was a threat. Look at how she's walking. I'm just, I'm really confused as to what she had that was threatening, her body language. And I get that we have scammers. We're just living in this world of AI. We are living in this world of scammers. We're living in this world of people pretending to be somebody they're not. Like, it's getting crazy out here. That's a whole nother topic for, another day. But, in this particular case, like all the things that he said, we've heard the I feared for my life situation so many times. And when you have somebody who's retreating, when you have somebody who doesn't show any kind of weapons, who's trying to explain, the situation. And I get that he was threatened, but in those scenarios, sometimes you just can't shoot first and try to ask questions later. Like, especially in that particular scenario, for her body language. My parents were born in 63. They'll both be 61 this year, and I'm just thinking about my own parents, for this particular situation. It's just like, it's really scary that your parents could be trying to make money. They're not getting paid that much to do these Ubers, to make money. I'm pretty sure she just thought, I'm just gonna get a little bit of money, I'm just gonna pick up this ride, get a little bit of money. And unfortunately, that particular situation cost her life, unfortunately. And it's really, really sad to think that we have people out here that are scamming, that could put our lives or the people that we love, our families, at risk like this. It's just really, really crazy.
Yeah. Ali says, Jesus, praying. This is insane. Yes, it is, baby. It is very insane and unfortunate. This woman didn't pose a threat to this man. She was retreating, as you said, Tam. There's just no reason for this. It could have been dealt with much, much better.
Yeah. I completely agree. And that moves us on to a little bit of peace, Tim. This is actually one of your topics that you sent over the break. It was
Really?
a gentleman talking about be my peace. I think we talked about this conversation time and time again, but here's a different perspective. So let's actually get into it, because I think there's some video to follow with what he's talking about.
We ask for peace. We're not asking you to like let us cheat on you. We're not asking for that. And I know it sounds like we want you to be, oh, you don't want peace. You just want somebody dumb and stupid to let you get away with your shit. No, what we're really asking for is, hey, I go outside every day and I bust my ass. So you don't see that, like, we are actually protecting you while protecting ourselves, while going to work, while doing the things that you said you wanted, but not understanding that a busy man is not always going to have the time to give you everything.
It's a fact.
Everything. And for us, it feels like you just want to suck our souls dry. And that is draining. And so what happens most of the time is we love you, but she's not going to suck our soul dry the way you're going to suck our soul dry. And we just going to go to the easy option, because, just speaking for myself, I know how to be a good ass dog. You understand? Like, I know how to be a player, and like I can go back to that like instantly. But where I am now, like I know the benefits of my discipline. I know I believe I don't want karma in my 40s. I don't want that at all. I know that we die at a higher rate.
Yep. And
I just don't want that stress. So it's messed up as it sounds, like I don't cheat now because I don't want no shit. Like I want to live long. I want to live healthy. And at some point in time, I got tired of like the hurt that I was giving.
Correct.
And so much has happened to me that I don't know if like my karma from that has ran out. Right. So why don't I just be a good dude right now?
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube.
Tim, this is your video.
I just like to find different random things to talk about, to discuss. And so, no, this is not fully indicative of how I feel, per se. Especially when
don't clean it up now. Don't clean that video up.
That's true. It's true. I think that these are. Oh, he said, "Lamb, what's up, man?" He says, "Interesting." Listen, don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. I ain't complaining about it. Listen, no, first of all, it really depends about who you're giving this energy to. So, in my opinion, am I giving all this energy to a girlfriend or to my wife? And so I would just say, like, it's interesting that he talks about peace, and it sounds like probably the women that he's been with have sucked him dry of a lot of peace. But what's the reasons behind that? What do you think?
Are you done?
I'm done.
What I saw was a brother who was like, he wanted women to be his piece, but for the next minute and a half, and I kid you not, a minute and a half, he explained to us how much of a dog he was, and the only reason he's not trying to be a dog because he don't want to end his life early, and he's afraid that his karma is going to catch up with him. It's not because he morally wants to be a good human being; it's because he is afraid that, and it sounds like he's already experiencing something, so he just wants that to stop. He's like, my karma has been crap, and I don't want any more karma, so I'm not going to cheat anymore. And I want women to be my peace. And I'm not saying you got to put up with my cheating, but what I'm saying is I'm a reformed cheater, and now I want peace. Exactly what I heard. It's just like, any more than that. And you already know, like, I have a problem with guys who say be my peace, because I don't think it's a woman's responsibility for her to be any kind of peace. I think we should show up with peace. If both people are showing up with peace, the atmosphere would be peace. That's just what it is. And especially, I hate to be like, especially as a man, like, you shouldn't be so easily swayed to environments. You should set the atmosphere. I just believe men can do that. I just have so much faith in a man that when a man walks in the room, the atmosphere shifts to whatever he is, right? So, and I just believe that. So to say that a woman is creating that atmosphere, sure, if that's what you want, and you want to give her that power to shift atmospheres, and you just walk in chaos, and that just be your environment, or walk in peace, and that just be in your environment. It's so whimsical to say, like, I just want a woman to be my peace. Like, I feel like the closer you are to God, the more you have peace. And that's just what the reality of what the situation is. Like, nobody can personally give you peace, because as an individual, sometimes we don't have peace within ourselves. So it's like so unfair to be like, I got to show up with peace, and I'm dealing with me. I'm dealing with my own stuff. How can I give you peace? And I'm over here in turmoil, trying not to go crazy amongst myself. So, yeah, I didn't hear anything that I would apply to my life. God bless that man. It just sounds like he's on a journey.
He could be. I think he definitely don't want to cheat no more. That's what the real estate investor said. He definitely don't want to cheat no more. It sounds like he's afraid to cheat based on all the karma that he's probably afraid of getting. Not necessarily morally correct, as you said. It's just more so like, I'm afraid to cheat. I don't want no more karma because I've already kind of experienced this karma. So that doesn't make a lot of sense too. So I get that.
It sounds like he went to the doctor. He was cheating. He had a close call. And God said it's not so. So now you trying to change it up. He like, I ain't gonna cheat no more, Lord. I don't know STDs. My karma don't. That's what it sounds like without saying it. It just sounds like he's living life on the edge, and that's the only reason he's not. Otherwise, he would be a cheater. Then that's just what it sounded like. That's just me.
Sounds about right.
All right, let's get into the next topic. This one is yours. You said he grew on me. What's that?
Oh yeah, I got this one. There's something that women have said that you're not going to really hear a man say. And so I'm going to play this clip for you guys and just take a listen to what women say that you won't hear a man say.
I did some research. I found out that most women never marry the man they really want to be with. Oh, I'm about to mess up the church's money, ain't it? Let me tell you, this is how I figured it out. Let me tell you something you've never heard a man say since you've been alive. You've never heard a man say this since you've been on this planet. You've never heard a man say, she grew on me. But every woman knows a woman who would say in front of the man she loved, committed to God, financed the wedding and his family. When I first met him, he was not my type at all. He was short. He was going bald. He had little small hands. I don't like men with small hands, but I mean, eventually he grew on me. That is the rudest thing to say about a man you spending the rest of your life with. This man grew on you like a scab, like a wart, like eczema.
Have you heard a woman ever say, he grew on me? Have you ever heard that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's one of the most disrespectful things you can say right in front of the man. Now, I agree with that.
Why is it disrespectful? Why?
Like, grew on you like fungus. Oh,
he was being a little much.
No. He wasn't really my type, but he grew on me. Really?
My ex-husband was not my type. If I were to say like I had a type, I would say my ex-husband's not my type, but he grew on me.
Now, and your ex-husband is on, which is disrespectful to even say. You just publicly told this man.
He already knows.
You just told this man he grew on you. Oh my God.
No, we've had this conversation. We've had this conversation.
How disrespectful is that? Right on front. He grew on me.
That you right? Okay, what do you say?
Oh gosh, that's so and ladies and
gentlemen,
it is
not disrespectful. It is not. It means
does he know that you grew on him? Does he know that?
Yeah.
I bet you he know now.
Yeah, because the whole situation. I was dating somebody else at the time. It don't matter.
You're making this worse. Oh my God, you are making this so much worse. Just stop talking, please. Stop talking, brother. I'm trying to save her from embarrassing you. I promise to God, because I don't think it's right.
me and my ex. That's my homie.
That's the homie. Okay,
that's the homie.
But you had to say homie.
That's the homie.
You grew on me.
We
had these kids together, but you grew on me.
So there's a couple different levels of attraction. You got the physical attraction, you got the emotional, the spiritual, like the psychological. You got all of these levels of attraction, and there were a couple that I just didn't see or hear. But then there were some that I didn't know that were there. And then I'm just like, oh, okay. There was something there that wasn't there before. Like the Disney show. Anyways, what?
I need you to pause.
Go ahead.
Pause. I need you to stop. Like the fact that you even said grew on me. He grew on me. And he's even mine. See, he ain't even on here no more. He said, man, I'm done.
He's like, I'm out.
I'm out. Come on, man. Okay, so we got a couple of comments. Don't forget, guys, we love to be interactive with you every Tuesday night. We are back after a 3-week hiatus. So come back with your boy Tim and your girl Tam. And definitely make sure that you are replying in the comments. We love to get to them so we can definitely stay interactive with you guys every Tuesday. So looks like Ali said it's okay to overlook a little ugly.
It is sometimes, because sometimes the ugly ones cheat too. You gotta be careful.
I'm about to. We might have to take a commercial break tonight, and I'm gonna go ask my wife if I grew on her. I'm curious now. I'm curious to know.
Don't answer that question. Don't ask that question.
No, she need to answer that question. Did you ever tell your friends, he's all right, but he grew on me?
I don't understand. That, you know what that means to me? That means that women give men more chances than men give women. That's all that means to me.
That's what that means?
Absolutely.
Women get more chances than men.
That means like we are a little bit more flexible when it comes to our boxes. We are. And I think men say all the time, like, women want this and women want that. And how y'all expect to have all of this? But But meanwhile, men are the ones with the boxes that need to be checked. And if they're not checked, like you'll have like the most fuggliest looking woman who will maybe cook and clean every single day, who's a millionaire, who will freaking manicure your hands and toes and nails and whatever. And y'all be like, nah, I ain't gonna be with her. She got a fupa.
Flag on the play. No, I'm not that type. I didn't had a she grew on me situation.
Oh, wait a minute. You just dogged me for having a moment, but now you've had the same moment. Exactly.
But
hello.
Mine not even on here. Yours is.
I'm honest, but I'm honest though. He knows.
And I'm not specific, but in my defense, I didn't specifically say who. So I'm just saying I've had that experience where it's we not get.
I didn't say he grew on me like a wart. I didn't say like he grew on me on the worst possible way. It had to be a good way. If a woman says that, that means like something good happened. It's not like speaking negatively. It's coming from like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was there. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that he grew on you is bad enough.
He did. He grew on me.
What we got next, Tam?
He gets all my jokes. He gets all my jokes. 2023 taxes. So yesterday was the deadline. So I'm hoping that you guys have submitted your taxes for the last year. Tim, did you get yours in time?
I certainly did.
Okay. I submitted mine at like 10 o'clock last night. So I was in no rush.
I got mine in earlier. I got mine in at like 3:30.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I was in no rush to okay. Here's the thing. I already knew. Yeah. You know, when you making all the money like Tim, you gotta pay them people.
Please, no. When you hypergamy like Tam, then you know you making well over six figures. When I say well over, listen. Let's play a game real quick. Guess that salary. Okay, so Tim, I got questions before we move on to the next. Before we move into these taxes,
we got a video, Tim. We got a video.
We got a video, so go ahead and run the video.
We need our millions, and I'm not going to jail. Hello, I'm at the IRS, and then they talking about they taking us to jail if we don't leave because two women had a fight, but they taking it out on all of us. All of us need our millions, and it's not right. People got kids. Anything goes. Yeah.
How long were you waiting in line?
I've been waiting for hours. You feel me? And we want our millions. I ain't going nowhere back for my return. I need my money. Real time. And this ain't right what they doing. And that's going to be a bad disrespect. They better know it today at the IRS. Yeah. I need all mine. All 7,000 of mine, baby. All of it. All of it. I ain't doing no plan. This is the second month I came out here. And I'm not been playing with the IRS. I'm not and go to jail behind it. Yeah.
Wow. The things people do for you, their munyan.
Their munyan. Their munyan.
What the heck? What?
I'm serious too.
My people. Why when my people get on the news, they always acted like that?
A whole fool. Seriously. This is not the only city that this is happening in. Atlanta had the same thing where people would line up outside the IRS building. What in the world is going on, Tam?
I'm not sure, Tim. I have no idea what's going on. I just got to see the backlash that the IRS closed down their offices yesterday. The last day that people were supposed to submit their taxes. I have no idea why would they do that?
2024 has been crazy. We are seeing some things that I never thought I'd see in this lifetime, but it's happening. It's crazy.
So I guess the moral of this story is don't get caught slipping doing your taxes late like me and Tim. If you did them earlier, you wouldn't be standing outside picketing the IRS building. I didn't even know people went to the IRS building. Let me be honest, but I heard that there was some fraud actually out in Atlanta. That was why people were standing in line out in Atlanta. They had to go in and verify they were who they were. And that was for a ton of people. So they couldn't do it like, virtually like most of us, or, actually going to some of those offices to get it done or prepared for us. They actually had to go and verify through the IRS because they were on like high alert for potential fraud for their taxes. So that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
It really is. Yeah. And it's like people that really, these people need their money. They need their money.
They need their money on. I remember those days when I used to get money back. I remember those days.
I know, right? Jeez.
So long ago.
See, thanks to our tax bracket, it's tough to get money back nowadays.
Literally. Like, anyways, that's another story for another day. Speaking of money, Tim, does money change you?
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, it changes. It does change you. Yes, it can change you.
So I'm asking that question because Desie Banks took to online and was stating, before he blew up, that he wasn't really supported by his girlfriend at the time. He said when he first started in comedy, his girlfriend, whom he wanted to be with forever, didn't believe in his dreams and the money wasn't coming in fast enough. She told me to go get a job, then put me out of her house at 2 a.m. He is now a millionaire. Now, that's a separate story than what the actual girlfriend is saying. We have a little bit of clip of that video, so let's get into it.
Desie started making money. That's when he switched up. He started moving differently. Desie sit here and say, oh, he was giving me all his money. You were giving me all your money live. You was being stingy with your money. You was being selfish. You used to even hide how much money you was making. Like, literally, I would find your receipts, your bank receipts. If I'm getting in the car, like, you just told me you had no money to help me do this, but you got thousands of dollars in your bank account. So now I got to curse you out behind it. But when you ain't had nothing, you ain't never had to curse me out about you.
Okay.
So we're hearing two different stories from these individuals. One of which saying basically she didn't believe in me. The other one is like, listen, she was like, she let this man drive his car. She actually pointed out like all the photos on his Instagram. She's like, yeah, he in my car. Yeah, he in my car. He's still in my car he's doing videos in my car.
Why are you selling, girl?
It was like, it started to get really funny because everything was like in my car. She's like, what you mean I didn't support you? You in my car every day, every goddamn day doing you working in the car. So her argument was, no, he's trying to say like this happened prior to him essentially making it. But she's saying, no, after the money started coming in, he was hiding the money. And then he switched up on her. And we hear this story all the time, right? Where people get money and you start to see their true colors come out, which is the question we ask. So does money actually change people or does it amplify what's already there?
It amplifies what's already there to some degree. So I definitely think that. So if you have more money, you're going to rather be, if you are a giver, you're going to give more money. If you're into philanthropy, you're going to give more.
Yeah.
So, but then you also have the other side of it where if you hoard money and you get more money, you're going to hoard more money. You're not going to share more money. You're going to be more selfish. Like, yeah, once you get money, you get to see like the true intentions of people. When you start to accumulate money and wealth, and you get to see where people's hearts are, there's probably some truth in it. Like, I think it's a mix of truth with both of them. I think there's a mix of truth. I believe that maybe there was signs that she didn't fully believe in him initially, because it's tough. Listen, you're a woman, and it's tough to be with a man off of dreams and potential, right? Yeah. It's tough. And so sometimes that woman, if she don't see movement happening, she get discouraged, and she might say some things that might discourage you. That's a possibility. And so that can make a man not believe that she can really follow the dream or be a part of it or support the dream. And so that could have sparked some fear. Like, yeah, once I start getting money, I'm gonna put some aside so that she don't even know about it, because number one, she's not my wife, she's my girlfriend. So all of this about the entitlement, lady, you are a girlfriend. Regardless of if he was switching up or not, the overarching fact is that you ain't his wife, you his girlfriend. So play your position. Even if he was hiding the money, play the position that you play. So, and I'm not saying he's fully right.
Yeah, wait a minute. No, because if that's the case, why is this man in her car? If she is just a girlfriend,
why are we still on the car?
Why is he in her car? That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, too often, and here's the thing, too often do women have to show up and play the role of the helpmate, the support. And when it's the man's responsibility to do what he needs to do as the man. Because women, we invest in men the same way y'all invest in us. Like, everybody's investing in each other, hoping that investment is going to turn out and grow and become something fruitful. And when it doesn't, it's like, I wasted this, whatever. So for her to give up a car, like, and you're not married to this man, but you're supporting his dreams, to me, it's just like, it just seems kind of skewed on what his perception on she didn't support me. Because support can look differently. Support doesn't always mean I'm never going to get mad at you because I'm frustrated because you're not bringing money in. That don't mean I don't support you. That means I'm just frustrated because I'm the only one bringing money into the house.
Right. But also, like you say, support comes in multiple ways. She could have been given that car begrudgingly. Who knows? Just saying. She could be.
I ain't never known nobody in a car begrudgingly, but okay. Otherwise, I'd be like, park my car. You go figure it out. If she wasn't,
she love that. Like, she love that car because she keep bringing that car up just like you.
It's like my car. Yeah.
And what you do? I'm gonna do the raw lens for. Man, this is flying.
That's why. It's hard. I think it's hard for women to believe in dreamers. Like, I'm not. It's hard for me to support a dreamer. I have to support a doer. Like you said, I have to see some kind of movement, some kind of action. Like, the dream doesn't have to happen overnight, but you should be like executing. I would much rather hear your stories of failure than your stories of you never tried.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. So
that's real. Okay.
Let's get into the next topic, Tim. This one's actually in H-Town. Goes down. All right. So Oyster Hut out here in Houston, which is actually owned by a former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut, out here collaborated with the chef that owns Tiger to Dozen. Now, there's been a recent fallout on that partnership. Are you familiar with Oyster Hut out here, Tim?
I'm familiar with the Turkey Leg Hut, but I don't know much about the Oyster Hut.
Let me tell you what happened. So Lindell Lynn Price, who is the co-owner or now the owner of said pop-up shop / eatery that sells oysters, literally got into it with a brand new co-partner because it is allegedly stated that he actually took the recipes from the chef owner. He stole the recipes and also decided to take the owners, Tiger to Dozen, off of the business altogether. So initially, they had a gentleman's agreement that he was going to basically set up shop to sell these oysters. And I heard they were really nice. They got all boudin and all kinds of stuff inside these. It sounds really good. Okay. All kinds of stuff on these oysters. But allegedly, now that's not going to happen in terms of a partnership because Lynn is taking over the business. It is now only going to be known by the Oyster Hut, no longer Tiger to Dozen. And the owner of Tiger to Dozen is saying, no, this man owes me about $3,000 because I didn't foot the bill. He takes photos like this and he's not really cooking. He just does this for Instagram while I'm cooking. He literally says that. He's like, this is just a photo shoot. He's not really cooking. He don't clean. I've worked hours and he barely does the work. So a lot of conspiracy, a lot of drama going down in Houston. And people are saying there's a common denominator And that is Lynn and his business practices. You know, he still owes, or allegedly still owes for, or was getting sued for the turkey leg hut, not paying people, not being a good business partner there, and obviously not working with his wife anymore, or ex-wife now. And now he's having a new altercation with a new business partner. Basically said that he stole all the recipes. That wasn't even his idea. He just needed somebody to come in and give him an idea. And now he's taking off and running with it because he is the face. And he told the guy, well, nobody knows you. So what are your thoughts, Tim?
I just think it's a huge mess you got going on down there in Houston with the turkey leg hut. Turkey leg hut, with them getting divorced and split up and losing such a staple of the community. People were driving near and far to the turkey leg hut. So this wasn't something. This was a huge loss to the Houstonians down there. So I just think it was bad. And then this whole thing about the posing, and he really don't do work, and you coming out talking about $3,000. Man, can we talk about $300,000?
I thought he was gonna say a lot. Yeah, $3K.
Some ghetto stuff. We talking about $3,000. Can't y'all just settle this like amongst men? Like, hey, I'll get you on the next check, brother. Can we just come on, man? So to me, it doesn't. It's just all bad, and it's just another example of took the words out of my mouth. The importance of putting everything in writing. Amen.
Right.
Amen. Sister Allie, thank you. We thank you over at the Back Pew for that.
You gotta get it in writing. Friend, family, you gotta get it in writing. I don't trust anybody.
I don't trust anybody. So it's just ridiculous.
All right, Tim, let's get into the next topic, which is this OJ situation. What you got?
Yeah, so there was a story that came out about OJ, and rest in peace. I will first say we will still respect people no matter what your opinion is of OJ. OJ Simpson had his kids sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, at his bedside during his final days. My goodness. Now, OJ, we all know, was the ex-husband of Nicole Brown, and he was accused back in 1993 of killing Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman. And so he served 13 years in prison for stealing his own stuff in Las Vegas, essentially. And so from 2008 till 2021, he was in prison for that. And he was I think he was at his own memorabilia. He's trying to steal your own stuff back. And so he spent 13 years in prison doing that. And then he spent the last few years, I know he did a lot of live golf and some other things he was involved in. And then he ended up being diagnosed with cancer. And so to be able to have his kids sign an NDA at his bedside, I want to ask you, what do you think was in that NDA? Was it pretty much saying you can never tell the world that I killed those two people?
That's crazy. Whatever it is, because that's the only thing that I would think he would say, right? That if I did it, whatever, but you got to sign an NDA before you get my money, basically. That's the only thing that I could think of. Like, why else would he say you can't say anything about anything to his kids? Who thinks to do that? I've never known anyone that on their bedside say, all right, sign this NDA real quick before I pass over. That's really weird to me. That's even more weird that the kids may have signed it.
Right. Like,
I would have been like, yeah, you signed it. Yeah, and didn't sign nothing.
He probably said, if you don't sign it, you get nothing.
That's what I assume. That's what
like, you have to sign it, so you'll absolutely get nothing. That's the same thing I'm thinking. But may he rest in peace, and we can put that to bed.
Right. Why does it matter if you dying? Why does it really matter?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. He only paid, he was supposed to pay like a $30 million lawsuit to the Goldman and Brown family, and he only paid like $180,000 of it over the course of that time.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty sure they kept it in litigation for as long as they could. And, I don't know, 30 million lawsuit, and you only get to see 180,000 of that over the course of the life. That's tragic.
Yeah, I would have had him sell all kinds of stuff. I would have been repoing.
Yeah.
And everything. That's crazy. I wonder how he got away with that.
Man, hey, saying he can get away with murder, he got out of being able to pay $30 million.
Did he do?
Huh?
You said the same way he got away with murder?
Y'all, come on, man. You mean they
Allegedly.
They were married 15 years. Okay, I'm just gonna say this: they were married 15 years, and according to police reports, they had 51 incidents of domestic violence calls to their home over a 15-year period. I'm just saying. And he had a squeaky clean image. He was like what Obama was to us. He was like the Obama back then. If you kind of essentially think he had the perfect image. He went to, I believe, Stanford, and then he ended up going to the Buffalo Bills, and just was. And then he made the seamless transition over into film and acting. I mean, he was like perfect. And so nobody would have even believed him if he was doing all that stuff. That's why I seemed like he got off. He was like the Black American paparazzi at the time.
I got nothing. Rest in peace,
Rest in peace. Okay, what's next?
All right, guys. So, serious question: is this generation? It's not. Who spelled it? Taking care of their parents more.
Is this generation taking care of their parents more?
Yeah.
He said, "Who we talking about?" Hold on, go back. He said, "Who we talking about, bro?" We were talking about OJ.
Tim was talking about OJ. I didn't say nothing. He gonna come get you in your dreams tonight.
Is this generation taking care of their parents more? I mean, what's the difference from any other generation taking care of their parents? Is my question. I mean, every generation is going to say they take care of their parents in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I mean, you can find instances where you'll find more of us millennials taking care of our parents. You can find that in different ways, but I don't know. I just always have seen good examples of kids taking care of their parents the best way that they know how. And it's not from a place of taking advantage of, but then you also have cases where kids feel obligated to put their life on hold for their parents to take care of them. And so they're not chasing some of the dreams or making some of the moves that they're supposed to make because they are taking care of their parents to a capacity that may stretch them thin on living the life that they choose to live. And so it may hinder them from that aspect. I've seen those examples too. But to kind of see more, I think you can't really, I don't think you can really compare it because situations are different.
I'm going to say.
Talk to me. What you got?
I'm going to say this generation is absolutely taking care of their parents more. And
okay.
I'm going to speak to a place of generationally, right? So
okay.
When we look back, especially as I know everybody watches, I'm specifically speak to, and I think this may apply to everybody. Back in the day, our great grandparents, they left the generation behind them with something. Most of our great grandparents were left with land. A lot of them. Like I know my grandmother, her dad left her with her and her siblings with land. I know my grandmother, her home was paid off, so when we're looking at assets versus liabilities, this generation, we are a microwave generation. We are a flashy generation. And our parents, they were just I feel like the generation of our parents, they were coming off of the segregation and not really, feeling the discrimination, somewhere in the middle of this transition. And a lot of the mindset of collecting assets and being able to have something because having something is a prideful thing to show that, we are a community and we need to have ownership. All of that stuff somewhere is thrown out the window. So I feel the demise of not being able to have the same mindset of back then is putting more burden on kids to take care of their parents. Financially, is putting in more burden to make kids pay for things that their parents should have been a little bit more responsible. And you can say, people are like, well, they just didn't know any better. Well, their parents did. And the parents before that who were slaves and enslaved did. So you're trying to tell me somebody with no formal education who was enslaved had more knowledge and know-how than you. So those excuses don't fly for me. And I think that we have to do a better job at, I talk about this, is pulling and pushing money forward rather than back. Our kids, we pour into our kids, not for them to pour back into us, but because we have our kids, it's our responsibility to pour into them. So each generation is better than the last. But if we're still putting money backwards, how can you expect the next generation to be better if we're still paying off a debt that we didn't owe?
That's real. That's real.
I saw Allie did a comment. She says, yes, because retirement is nothing, or because people didn't plan well. Kids are now paying out more because of better education or being more motivated. But also there are a lot of adult children living with their parents because of inflation. I read a lot about this.
Mm-hmm. Goes both ways. But
yeah.
You're absolutely right. There is, we don't have as much to leave behind as of now too, like we had in the past, where land was given to us. We had those different things. We don't have those things now. We're starting from scratch. So it's kind of like we got to pull ourselves up bootstrap wise and try to create these opportunities, which is now why you see people of our generation moving to states such as Wyoming, Montana, and buying acres and acres of land to be able to have that, to be able to live a great life, but also to be able to pass that on to their children. And so we have to now find those opportunities and create those new opportunities in order to have more. Because like Ali said, retirement's nothing. By the time we get to our Social Security, I'd be shocked if we had anything from a Social Security perspective. So
yeah, I see Ali had another comment. She said houses also used to cost like $7,000 versus what it costs now. I remember talking to someone over 65 who thought you could still buy a nice cash car for $2,000.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I could say the same. Obviously, back in the day, Black people weren't making no money. So it's just like they literally saved for what they wanted. They sacrificed for what they wanted, even though the odds were stacked against them. And they didn't have the same type of freedoms that we have. So for us to be able to go get the formal education, to change our trajectory, to make more money, to maneuver ourselves, and like Tim was saying, to go somewhere, to build our lives up. If we know, like, there's so many places that we know still have cheap land. There's so many places where we know that the real estate is cheap, but we're not going to move there because it's not cool to do that. So back in the day, they would literally pack up and go and create better. Right now, we don't do that. We just stay in our mess. We will literally suffer in our situation, and we don't take the opportunities that are afforded to us. And I wish that we did a better job rather than standing stuck.
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree.
All right. Anything else on this, Tim?
No, I think you're right. I'm glad to say, and I think you know me well enough to know that I love to see things
phenomenal.
Huh?
I was gonna say you guys are doing phenomenally. I see that you guys are creating a path forward for your children. Like I'm so inspired, and I admire both you and your wife for the generational legacy that you guys are creating to change the thinking that, you know, your kids gonna have to take care of you. No, you're not only taking care of yourself, but you're also making sure that they have a really solid foundation for them to stand on as well. So yeah, I admire like what you guys are doing for sure.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She definitely is taking the reins on our business and on really starting that generational wealth with the vending machines. And so I'm learning a lot from her because this is her lane, financial literacy. And so definitely a blessing to have somebody who is educated, more educated than me, because I'm learning. And that's exactly what I was going to say, just from learning a different perspective. And so I love hearing it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, let's get into the next topic, which is a little bit crazy. So, Tim, are you familiar with Mark Driscoll at all?
A little bit. Heard a little bit about him. I saw a couple of YouTube videos on him, and yeah, interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna let you lead this one because I know you have some thoughts on this brother. So take it away, Tam.
So Mark Driscoll was a guest speaker at a Stronger Man's conference, and a part of his opening was him rebuking what he said was a person who had the Jezebel spirit on them. Now, why did he say that? Well, the guy took his shirt off and he was dancing over a pole. He said he was swallowing knives and whatnot. And Mark was like, what does that have to do with being a stronger man in the faith? So let's get into that. We got a little bit of the video. Let's get into it.
But let me do this. I've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning. The reason I'm hoarse is I have been praying for you, and my heart is very burdened for you. And I want to be very careful with this, and it's not what I want to say, but the Jezebel spirit has already been here. The Jezebel spirit opened our event. This is a rebuke and a correction of no one. This is an observation. Before the Word of God was open, there was a platform. It was a high place. On it was a pole, an asherah. The same thing that's used in a strip club for women who have the Jezebel spirit to seduce men.
All right, so he goes on to speak about that Jezebel spirit. And in the midst of that, the actual host of said event got on the mic and told him he could leave. He literally kicked him off the stage for basically disrespecting him at his event. Later on, what you see is actually Mark and John Lindell actually connecting on stage together, the person who got kicked him off the stage. And basically he was like, well, you know, I just wanted to make sure you got back on stage because I don't want people calling you a bigot. I don't want people saying anything negative to you with what you said on the mic earlier. And what you see later on is actually him basically shoulder slumped saying, I respect you so much. You know, I just appreciate an opportunity. I love you and your wife. So basically it's almost as if he was scolded in the back for rebuking this situation that was happening at a Stronger Man's conference. Tim, what do you think about this situation? If you were at a faith conference and you saw this young man taking his shirt off and twirling around on a pole.
You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm out of there. I'm like, oh, I'm at a Christian sausage fest. No, I'm out. I'm out, babe. Nah, man, you got me in the wrong place. I'm out. I don't think that this is just all ridiculous, but this is what the world is coming to. This is what Christianity is coming to. People just feel like they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
We've seen that with so many pastors nowadays, with so people that call themselves pastors, I'll say, and they just say whatever they want to say, whatever. It's scary. No respect for the Bible, for the Word of God, for how we should conduct ourselves. And the Bible says that we should live in the world, but we're not of the world. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. We are a peculiar people.
Yeah.
So we should look different, but to act the part of this type of stuff with the stripping and the pole and everything, it dilutes your message.
Yeah. So
me personally, you ask me where I'm going, I'm out of there. I ain't trying to see no sausages, nobody. I'm not trying to see another man's chest. That's just, can we call a spade? Why would I want to look at another man's chest? That is not what I want to indulge my eyes on. I'm going home and indulge my eyes on a woman, my woman. Shoot, that's number one. But number two, I'm not subjecting myself or my spirit to anything that doesn't seem right. That ain't right. What do you think? If you were to go to man, there was a women's Promise Keepers. Okay, you see Joyce Meyer up there on stage talking about look at this woman with her. She just start taking her clothes off and she got a pole. Come on, man. What would you do?
Yeah. I wouldn't have been there, and I would have been on the phone with the bank to get my money back for the conference. Because ain't no way. There's no way I'm showing up to a faith-based conference. This is for stronger men. So what about that was creating a stronger man? I don't personally understand it. When you listen to the video, you hear some people that were agreeing with Mark. And then when you listen to the video, you also hear people that were not agreeing with him. So you had a mixed crowd full of people who were believers, who were okay in this environment because it was just entertainment, right? Yes. So we have to be careful, especially in the body of Christ, of inviting in the things that the world invites in and calling it entertainment. Because like he said, you're opening the door for all kinds of things when you're capable of doing that. I heard a lot of people, Tim, that say when you guys watch sports, some of your sports players, they take their shirts off too. So in that case, it's okay. It's just it's nothing. He just took his shirt off. What do you mean? Why is everybody in an outrage? So I heard that side of it too, So, but for me, it's an absolute no. Absolute freaking no.
Absolute no. Ali says, but I did see that video of them quote unquote making up. I couldn't believe it. I don't even think the main pastor understood what he fully did wrong. He was right to do it openly because it was at a conference where so many people were being misled. Whew, that last part, where so many people were being misled, 100% accurate. I agree.
Yeah. It falls to the scripture where it says open rebuke is better than hidden love. A lot of people were saying he should have pulled them to the side and said something. I think that was the perfect occasion. That was the perfect occasion for something to be said, because that happened in public, so as many eyes that were able to see it, as many ears need to be able to hear it, so it had to match, it had to line up, and someone had to say something. So I didn't like she said, the making up piece. I didn't like that Mark kind of acquiesced. He kind of cowered a bit when it came to it. I felt like he should, as bold as he was the first time he spoke, he should have been equally as bold on that stage. And when he said, what if they call you a bigot and all this kind of stuff? It doesn't matter what the world is going to call you. It doesn't matter what the world thinks when souls are at stake. None of that stuff matters. If I silence my mouth here and I receive the praise of the world, but I get in front of God and he says, depart from me, what will it matter then? When I had an opportunity to speak God's truth. So none of that stuff matters. And so the fact that he was so concerned about, what if they call you a bigot? And what if they do this? And they're not going to like that you said something about that. Who cares? What is God? I don't care what they think and what they say. I care what God says. That's the only thing that should matter.
Yeah. They all should have walked out. Yeah, they should have. But some people don't have the same spiritual moral compass as others. And so that was, it was a place where people were definitely misled. So unfortunate all the way around.
So next topic, Tim. So it looks like this one is yours about Buster.
Well, I'm an East Coast guy, and I always love Busta Rhymes. He's a very animated. He's very animated. So he had something to say about being a real man. Check him out.
The difference between being a man and being a male. You have a male. Yeah, you got your little Johnson swinging between your legs. You got a little legal adult age. You think you a man. You're not a man, bro. You a male. A man means you can take care of yourself and you can actually assist taking care of other people. Distinguish the difference between the two and stop moving around here like you a man when you not. Live and die in your own iniquity and know that the justice is the reward or penalty for one's actions or deeds. A lot of times niggas don't even be wanting to stand on certain shit. Niggas want to blame everybody else for their shortcomings. Men don't do that.
Look in the mirror.
Male adults do that. And until you understand the difference and you could do that, don't talk that man shit to me, because I got kids that I got to raise to be men. I've watched my brothers defend their integrity as men. And they will definitely let you know that you can get your face broke. But we ain't here to start the trouble.
Nah. We don't want no beef. Life is good, but we will handle it.
We'll handle it. And it's important that we understand the difference. That gangster shit is not it.
Played out.
Be a man.
Be a man. Talk about it.
You don't need to be a gangster. You don't need to be trying to fight. You don't need to even get in trouble. Liabilities ain't getting to the bag. You got the bag running from you when you a liability.
Let's make it to where being smart is cool again.
Let's make it to where being smart.
Yep.
Fuck you,
Don't let your today's decisions affect your future self.
So y'all, we totally apologize for some of the vulgar language here at the Tim and Tam Talks. We try our best. Hold up. Nah. That's
Tim video. That's Tim video.
Okay, that one was my video, but we be having videos sometimes. I'll be like, oh, I wasn't prepared for that. We apologize here at Tim and Tam Talks sometimes when the language gets a little hard, but we try to keep it real PG for you. But nonetheless, I like the message. The message was pretty good. I love how he said, yo, you can get your face broken. I mean, he's still aggressive no matter what. That's Buster all day, but he made some very good points. Being cool or being smart, is cool. Let's make that smart. You ain't gotta be no gangsters out here. Like, yo, you are a liability and the bag runs from liabilities. Why would you even put yourself in that position? So I like what he said about being a male and being a man and the difference between the two. So what say you about this, Tam?
Yeah, I agree. I always like when men speak to men. It's nothing better than a man correcting a man, encouraging a man, and displaying what it means to be a man openly. Right. So it was refreshing to hear.
And you had brothers those brothers on there, they one inch away from being killers. Okay. These are some hardcore guys, that played in the NBA, but Steven Jackson was a part of the Malice at the Palace when he, went into the stands with Ron Artest. We're talking about it, this is George Floyd's brother. You know what I'm saying? And so you had that. And then you had Matt Barnes, who literally drove 90 miles up the coast to whoop Derek Fisher's you-know-what, knowing that he was around his ex-wife and twin sons. So we ain't even get into that. But these are guys who are even saying being smart is cool again. These are guys that are saying you ain't even got to be fighting. You ain't even got to do all of that. So
yeah.
I respect man to man where we can come and say you can use your brain. Your brain gets you way farther than your fist. You ain't even got to do all of that.
I agree.
All right.
I guess one last topic, and hopefully this is gonna keep your relationship all right. But have you ever deleted a text message, Tim?
Ever?
Wish you didn't delete it? It's just me.
You said what?
Have you ever deleted a text message and wish you didn't delete? No, he like, I meant it.
No, if I deleted it, I meant it. I thoroughly do it and deleted it.
If you ever delete a text message on your iPhone, you can actually retrieve it. It doesn't disappear forever.
What?
So if you go to your iPhone, you go to your text messages right now. At the top left, it's going to say edit.
Yes.
And then it's going to say show recently deleted. So if your woman is cheating and she just deletes it,
oh wow,
you can actually pull it up. But I don't recommend checking phones unless the Holy Spirit tells you to do that.
Fortunately, I don't have any recent deleted. This is cool.
But no, if you delete it on accident or whatever, you have the ability to actually pull up your recently deleted text thread, guys. So
iPhone you know what? That's the crazy thing about iPhone. iPhone is they be wanting you to like get caught up and all that. They want to ruin. iPhone's about ruining lives.
No, I don't believe that. No, of course not.
She said, hold on, what she said? Let us see. Oh, of course. Yeah, let's see your phone.
Show recently deleted.
Show recently deleted. Jeez.
Now y'all know what to do. So if you catch your man, he been in the bedroom, you catch your woman, she in the bedroom deleting them text messages. Say, babe, can I see your phone real quick?
I'm about to be like, I'm about to go in the room. I'm gonna bust in the room like, hey, let me see that recently deleted. Let me see it. Don't even move.
You silly. All right, guys, that's all we had today. If you're newly watching us, please go ahead and click that follow or subscribe button. If you hadn't clicked the like button already, what y'all doing? Go ahead and give us a thumbs up, a heart, a zing. So we're gonna get to our final thoughts. Tim, what you got for tonight?
I'm gonna go back to what my wife just said. She said she about to delete her recent message. You savage.
Wow.
I knew you. You know what? Something told me. Something told me. I got some jokes on you later. But nonetheless. But no, it's been a great night. We thank you guys for coming back to the Back Pew Conversations. We have missed you guys a lot, so we had to just take a little break, a little hiatus to refresh for you guys and recharge. But nonetheless, tonight has been great. The Uber scam that turned deadly was so unfortunate. Definitely send our condolences out to the woman who lost her life. Hope she gets some justice. Being my peace, what does that mean? As a man, for this brother, it was all about I just don't want to cheat no more. I just don't want to go through the karma no more. So, fellas, find some peace within yourself, and then hopefully you can exude that kind of peace to your lady and to your significant other / wife. He grew on me. It's such a disrespectful phrase that a woman could ever say about a man. He grew on me. And Tam has said it with her ex-husband on here tonight. Which
you said it too.
I didn't say it with someone on here, it's just downright disrespectful. The same person you had, not one.
You never know.
He grew on you, but I ain't gonna keep going there. 2023 taxes is going crazy out here in Houston and cities like Houston and Atlanta. It's just wild. So we hope people get their money, and we hope that their identity is identified correctly in their system so that they can get their money. Does money change you? Yes, it does. It changed Desie Banks to some degree, maybe a little bit, but also, the context of it is that it's his ex-girlfriend now complaining about it. She really was entitled to something, but not everything. Just my opinion. Oyster Hut, Tiger, 2 dozen fallout. That's just a whole hilarious thing. These guys is bickering over $3,000 at the end of the day. OJ makes his family sign an NDA at his bedside. He's a savage too. Rest in peace. Is this generation taking care of their parents more? Emphatically, yes. Mark Driscoll calls out stronger men conferences. Hey, I'm walking out of a conference where I got to see another man's bird chest. I ain't trying to see none of that. So I'm walking out, hands down. And everybody else should have walked out, but I think some of them are some down little brothers that was like, it didn't look too bad. Don't look too bad. Don't look too bad.
What the heck? What is that voice too? Okay.
We in Texas, right? Texas Hold'em. I'm trying to give a Texas voice.
Yeah.
So being a man, Busta Rhymes style, definitely this brother, he talking about his getting people's faces broken. So from that standpoint, I just want to be a man so I don't get my face broken alone. So being a male versus a man, look it up. Last but certainly not least, Tam is out here trying to ruin relationships by having, now I guarantee you at some point you done had about 4 or 5 sisters go through their man's phone while he sleep and then looked at his show recently deleted messages. And so now she out here breaking lives and breaking situations, and now women out here throwing shirts and waking them up with pots and grits in the pot and everything else because you want to be out here ruining lives. So thank Tam for that, y'all.
All right. Uber scam ends deadly. Definitely, as Tim said, sending thoughts and condolences to her, the victim's family. That's really unfortunate. Again, really hate that happened. I hope they find the person that did the scam. I hope that there is justice. 3 shots for her is a bit overkill. So whole situation's messed up. Conversation about Be My Peace. Tim made us watch this bootleg video, and unfortunately, I still have the same mindset that I had before I watched the video. Okay, this man wanted peace after he has been a menace. Okay, and that's just not going to happen. Okay, unfortunately, you reap what you sow. It is what it is. He grew on me. Yeah, it happens. You know, sometimes you go in. You're just friends, you know. Then all of a sudden, you're like, hey, lover.
He say he just a friend.
Just happens, you know. Sometimes
he just a friend.
Just happens. 2023 taxes. Guys, what did we learn? We learned don't wait till the last minute like Tim and I, okay? Next year, we're going to do better. When our tax forms come out, we're going to get it done, okay? We're not going to wait till the last minute. We're going to get it done. We're not going to wait till the Monday that your taxes are due to try to get it done, right? We're going to try to get it done earlier. Does money change you? It doesn't change me. Doesn't change me. It does, like Tim said, like we discussed, it does amplify what you already are. So if you're just a good person, you're a good steward over your money, what God has blessed you with, then you're going to be more of that. But if you are selfish and cheap and you don't support others, but you want people to support you, you will continually be that way. You just, you know, it just kind of exposes what you are. That's really what money does on every single scale, whether you have it or not, it exposes you. The oyster hut with the tiger 2 doesn't fall out. That's unfortunate. What we learned about this situation is that Lynn has been in 2 partnerships. While I don't know this man, he's in the media as being a bad business partner, and that is unfortunate. So people who do business with him, I'm pretty sure they're looking at this like, while he might be good in terms of being in the know, because a lot of celebrities know this guy, he might not be an ideal business partner for you. Or, like you guys have said, get it in writing if you're going to do a business deal, okay? I don't care how cool they seem. I don't care what promises, handshakes are going down. Get it in writing or record them if it's legal in your state. All right. OJ makes his family sign an NDA. We already know Tim has put this man back in prison, even though he is deceased. It's just crazy. Okay. It's unfortunate. I've never heard of this. Somebody on their deathbed have their kids sign an NDA, but I'm absolutely curious on why they needed to sign that. What was it for? What can they not say? You know, is this generation taking care of their parents more than previous generations? I think so. I think in some cases, I won't say every case, but I'll definitely say in some cases, we are absolutely taking care of our parents more. Our parents are having to rely on Social Security more. They're not really establishing themselves to be able to pass on legacy in certain communities. And we need to realize that there is a problem. And once we realize that, we can create solutions to do better for the next generation. Mark Driscoll calls out the Stronger Men's Conference because a man decided to take his shirt off. Tim said he would have walked out, but I'm pretty sure somebody was about to grab some dollars in that situation, and maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe
Billy, go get my wallet from the truck. Go get my wallet from the truck, Billy. I need to go give Tiger down there some ones.
Someone was entertaining, okay, at a church event, a church conference. A lot of people were entertained. It couldn't have been me. All right, okay. Busta Rhymes on being a real man. It was refreshing outside of the cuss words Tim made us listen to. Very refreshing to hear some of those words, not all of them. Okay.
Really go get the collection plate, will you? Won't you? Won't you? Ain't that what the niggers say at their churches?
The heck is happening? Last but not least, the deleted text on your phone. May the truth set you free. Okay. May the truth set y'all free. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Back Pew Podcast. It's officially Tim and Tam, and we'll be here Tuesdays, 8:30 Central. We are looking to do a live show actually in Dallas. So Dallas, listen up. If you are in Dallas, we'll have more details coming soon around a live show. Definitely want you guys to come out and support, be a part of the live show as well. Tim, what you got?
Hey guys, I want to thank you so much. Along with my co-host Tam, it's so great to have you back, and look forward to you coming up to Dallas this weekend so that we could do our live show. And so if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, definitely pull up. We'd love to just have you, love to meet you if you are around. But nonetheless, we thank you so much for joining us tonight here on the Back Pew Podcast with my girl, my co-host Tam.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week. Until then, we out. Bye.
Peace.
Tim, where's our theme music?
You tell me.
Oh, okay.
Yo, what's going on?
The
Back Pew.
We got so much to talk about this week.
You know.
We can unpack like these conversations. You can see a pedicure.
You would do.
Depends on his feet.
That could be my own feet. What's up? What's up, Tam? We in person. We not back conversations. Going on. This
The Tim and Tam Talks.
He be doing this stuff all the time. You here? Go ahead and click that follow, subscribe button, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We everywhere.
Yo, we everywhere. Like literally, we everywhere.